Bueno, no siendo más ni siendo menos, vamos a empezar con nuestro episodio 4, Burned Bridges, y parte 3. Parte 3 se llama La Primera Vez. Entonces vamos a anotar aquí primero despedida, y la parte 3 se llama La primera vez de ser... ¿qué? La primera vez de ser un demonio. Pero bueno, hasta el momento de lo que yo he jugado hay 3 cosas diferentes. Primero, le salvamos la vida a Sara Riche. Segundo, le salvamos la vida a Jack de Perú. Y tercero, tenemos la mano completa. Cosas que no teníamos en el anterior, en el final que hicimos. Bueno, vamos a continuar. Listo. Bueno, entonces, como habíamos dicho, bienvenidos a su canal Hanson Angel Life and Fan, su espacio, su canal, nuestro canal, canal de todos. Reúnete con Mortimer en su estudio. Pero primero vamos a ver una cosa. Habitación de Piagui. Vamos a donde Piagui a ver que no está, no se puede entrar. Bueno, vamos al estudio de Lord Mortimer entonces. Y acá habitación de Godoy, habitación de Hillsborough. ¿Será que todavía está Emily? Venga a ver. Y recuerde que hay que coger más libros, ¿no? ¿Cuál es?
Duke Manuel Godoy.
Duke Manuel de Godoy. A ver. No se puede entrar ahí. Emily.
Can I come in?
No, it's not a good time. Not right now. Leave me alone.
I can tell from your voice that there's something wrong. Let me in. We have to talk, Emily.
I said no, goddamn you.
Eso. Qué bien, yo no había hecho esta parte. Goddamn you. Está borracha.
You know full well that getting yourself worked up like this is not going to help. It won't make any difference. It won't bring Emma back.
Forget. I couldn't give a damn if it makes any difference. I only
Pues
want
usted
to
la
not think
mató.
of anything.
Emily la mató.
Then get
Pues,
out of here. I told you not to come in.
Emily,
pues yo hago lo que
I
me da la gana,
only want
Emily,
to
no joda.
talk. I understand that you're upset after everything.
You understand? You understand nothing.
Listen, we're going through a difficult time. Even I'm dumbfounded and
Dumbfounded. Dumbfounded. Do you want to know how I feel? Dear God, how could I have done this? I want it to stop.
We've all lost something here.
All this, everything that's happened, it's a nightmare. I want to wake up.
Emily, calm down and put down that glass.
I know you're telling the truth about Mortimer and Home. I know they are demons.
That's not all.
Go on.
I'm one of them, Emily. I'm a demon too.
I know.
But how?
Sir Gregory stopped by to tell me. He wanted to bid me a welcome.
I don't understand.
Welcome to the family.
You? You're his daughter?
Mortimer's daughter, Louis.
What? No, that's not possible.
So we have...
We are brother and sister?
This is too much, Louis. Much too much for me, Louis. I can't look myself in the mirror. I should never have spent the night with... I was attracted to you from the moment we first spoke on the boat. And now I understand why. Do you realize what that means? I'm a monster.
And I am one as well. When I think of my feelings for you, that feeling, it hurts all of a sudden. She's there. I can feel her inside me. She's trying to read my thoughts. Emily, don't do that. Get out of my mind, please. Let me remind you that it's forbidden between demons.
Sorry, Louis. I didn't want to.
I have a sister.
It's very strange for me too. A sister for a brother.
Yes.
Yes. I must get some rest. I must ask you to leave me now.
No,
All
no
right,
quiero
but
ir, no.
don't finish that bottle.
Don't start now. I would like to get some sleep.
I'll be leaving you then. Thank you, Emily.
Vea pues. Tengo una idea. Vea pues. Tenía una idea de seguir leyéndole la mente, pero nada. Ahí está. ¿Qué podemos hacer acá en esta alcoba? Acá debe haber algo más.
A letter from William Pitt the Elder addressed to Emily. He was the English Prime Minister.
Ay, mire qué es eso.
William Pitt the Younger
Otra vez,
addressed
sí.
to Emily. He's the present Prime
¿Qué
Minister
más
of the
podría
United Kingdom.
hacer?
Emily has indeed some powerful backers. Madam,
Bueno.
thank you for consulting.
Ah, mire, ámbar.
Amber.
Bueno, ahora qué toca hacer. A ver, ¿a dónde más vamos a ir? Ya nos reunimos con ellos, ya hablamos con ellos, ahora vamos a dónde. Habitación de Bonaparte, habitación de Bonaparte. O de Wolner.
Monsieur Napoléon Bonaparte.
No.
Monsieur Jacques Perreux.
Ay, debe estar ahí. O no hay nadie. ¿Y dónde está? Debe estar encerrado. Ay, mírelo, ya está. Ya está alistando maletas para irse. Voy a hablar con él.
Leave me, de Richet. I want nothing more to do with you. I'll have left within the hour, and I wish never to see you again for the rest of my life.
Bueno. Debió haber algo acá que falte por hacer.
Dear friend.
Ya. Vamos a volverle a decir algo, a ver qué. Wolner.
Pardon me, monsieur, but I have work to do.
Yo también. Ah, mire. Acá está Washington. Y no habla. Eso como mínimo, no tengo tiempo. Que eso tengo que admitir que yo también intento matar el aburrimiento. Eso como mínimo. ¿Y usted algo que contar? No está diciendo nada. ¿Y por qué se dañó el audio de Washington? Porque se fue el sonido de Washington. Muy raro. Está dañado el sonido de Washington.
Why is his study in such a mess? Looks like Volner's planning something.
Ay, mire.
Look, a
¿Qué es eso?
blotter. And apparently it's been used recently. I wonder what Volner was going to write. It's smudged. It's not all legible. I can make out the signature though and leave as if planned.
Descifrar el mensaje del papel. ¿Cómo puedo mostrar lo que hay escrito?
It's illegible. Let's see if I can find a solution in Volner's things here. Given his interest in alchemy, I wouldn't be surprised if I found something that revealed what's written somewhere.
Sí, para no gastar eso. Coger el papel. Para no gastar toda esa vaina de ahí.
What a mess. Looks like Volner was interrupted.
Examinar lo que hay en el escritorio.
Looks a lot like straw. And he's drawn something in a hurry on this sheet.
Mirar más de cerca.
Straw on his desk. As if to protect something fragile. Yes. Someone must have packed something away here.
Examinar los bocetos.
I get the feeling that I've seen that somewhere before.
Reconozco estos símbolos. Ya lo he visto antes, reconozco estos
I've seen
símbolos.
occult inscriptions like this before. They're not very common. As a matter of fact, I've only seen them once before, around the Lock of Al-Azif.
Mirar más de cerca. Examinarlos, volver. Descifrar la mente del papel. Desembarcadero.
Landing stage. Right. So Volner is going to leave Al-Azif at the landing stage by the pier.
Mensaje revelado. ¿Dónde está? El papel secante que ha usado Volner cuando le he escrito su respuesta a Juan. Parece que Volner ha dejado un paquete en el desembarcadero. ¿Qué más necesitamos?
What a mess. Looks like Volner was interrupted.
Leer la carta. Johan, sé que estás intentando descubrir qué le ocurrió a Elizabeth, pero se le está yendo de las manos. Tu aventura en el continente ya me ha salido muy cara. Ya sé que no te debe resultado fácil tener a Elizabeth encerrada en su habitación durante un mes para evitar que se encuentre con Sara. Pero de ahí a seguir huyendo y sin avisar tuve que mentir para cubriros, Johan. Actuar como si hubieras llegado por separado hace tan solo unos días y convence a William para que haga lo mismo con sus invitados. Te exijo que entres en razón y guardes la compostura. Te he pedido que lo consigas para poder sacarlo de la isla, no para estudiarlo con la vana esperanza de adquirir poder. Que te quede claro que no te voy a dar ninguna respuesta. Como mucho nos arriesgamos a volver a perderlo. Así que por última vez dejarlo en un lugar acordado. Ay, voy a ir al embarcadero. Voy a conocer que alguien lo recogerá de inmediato. Salir.
What a mess.
Volver.
Looks like Volner was interrupted. Looks a lot like straw. And he's drawn something in a hurry on this sheet.
Volver. Salir.
The alchemist is an old man.
Tengo que ir al embarcadero entonces rápido. Voy rápido al embarcadero. Sí, me voy rápido al embarcadero. No ir donde Mortimer, sino voy rápido al embarcadero. Nada que ver con Mortimer, nada. Voy a ir al embarcadero. Vamos a bajar. Eso. Al embarcadero lo más rápido posible, apúrele. ¿Cierto? Toca ir. Al embarcadero. Tampoco quiero hacer la carta que me mandan a hacerle a Piagui. Bueno, al Papa. De Piagui. O sea, Piagui. Mortimer me dice que tengo que hacer una carta más adelante. No la haré. Me toca coger más libros, pero me tengo que ir de acá al embarcadero. Al embarcadero, como dicen, a los carruseles, 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 a los carruseles.
Atrus, the Miller
Dele con los
brothers,
hermanos
Miller
Miller, que
expressly
nunca he podido
forbade me
saber qué
from
pasa
reading
con
it.
eso. Toca averigüe por favor por qué Sara le provee a Louis de Richet leer ese libro de A luz de los hermanos Miller. Dice ahí, creo. Chile, rápido. Eso, uy, qué bien. El embarcadero, ahora tengo que ver qué pasa. Tengo que ver a ese Volmer, a ver, para cambiar todo, porque esto tengo que voltear completamente el juego para hacer un final diferente y hacer algo distinto y salvarme, porque es que todavía no les cuento qué pasa en el primer final que terminé el juego. Ay, miren qué es eso. Honey. Eso. Allá aquí hay también al fondo por allá. Y no se pueden abrir puertas ni nada. No. O si no. Eso. Qué bien. El embarcadero. Primera vez que llego, que salgo de día.
Looks like the barrel's been broken for quite some time. A sack of seeds. It's unopened. No one seems to have used any. Some rope. Apparently no one's touched it for a
Ahora sí puedo ver
time.
mejor las cartas. No, no se pueden ver mejor las cartas. Bueno, entonces ahora nos vamos a la reja, donde en una época... Ah, mire, ahí el farol este.
A lantern. Nothing special.
Ah, pero bueno. Vamos a ir donde la mamá... venga a ver qué.
This chest might belong to Duchess Hillsborough.
Vamos a donde se suponía que dormía la mamá, Sara. Ah, ¿qué hay acá?
Honey, the remedy of the gods.
Eso. Ah, ya no tengo, me queda solo un elixir dorado. ¿Qué hago? Embarcadero. Ay, el embarcadero debe haber. Unos grilletes. En el embarcadero habrá algo guardado, pero ¿qué? ¿Dónde? ¿Dónde?
Looks like the barrel's been broken for quite some time. sack of seeds. It's unopened. No one seems to have used any.
Ay, mire.
A sesterce.
Ah, no, pero ¿qué? No. ¿Qué habrá por ahí en el embarcadero? ¿Hay algo guardado? ¿Qué será? ¿Qué habrá? En el papel sacante que ha usado Warner cuando le ha escrito su respuesta a Juan, parece que Warner ha dejado un paquete en el desembarcadero.
Looks like the barrel's been broken for quite some time.
Toca ir a buscar a Warner. Subir a ver qué. Esto no se puede abrir. Y por acá, ¿qué habrá? Pues vamos a volver a entrar a verme con Mortimer, pero... ¿Pero qué? Venga, a ver, le hablo a este señor.
What can I do for you, sir? I am at your service day and night, sir.
Despedirse. Warner, ¿dónde estará? Elixir dorado, qué bien. Bueno, vamos a ver qué. A ver qué hay acá. Bueno. Subamos entonces. Pero, una pregunta. A ver, ¿a quién podemos más hablar? Con Washington, no, porque ya no habla. Parece que acá, en este juego, ya en esta parte, solo podemos leer lo que dice George Washington. Habitación de la torre, Von Wellner, ya fui. Habitación de Washington, no. Habitación de Piagui. De Piagui está cerrada. De Richie, habitación de Godoy.
Monsieur Jacques Perru,
Yo ya entré.
Monsieur Napoléon Bonaparte.
No se puede entrar. Hillsborough, no. Ya entré. Habitación de Godoy. Ya no se puede entrar ya.
Duke Manuel Godoy.
Eso, a ver. No se puede entrar. Esta es la mía.
That's me. Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
No se puede entrar. Aquí ya debe haber alguien. No. Washington. Ah, eso. Acá debe haber algo ya. Para coger algo nuevo que haya por acá. A ver.
Devil's Thorn. I'll keep it. My dear George.
Sí, eso ya. Ah, mire.
Carmelite water. It says if you drink this, it gives you a real boost.
No se pueden salir por ahí. Ni por ahí. Ah, bueno. Ahora vamos entonces a donde Lord Mortimer, ahora sí. Vamos a ir. Porque aquí no se puede entrar. Y acá es mi habitación. ¿Qué pasa si entro en mi habitación? No se puede entrar tampoco. Vamos a ver. ¿Esto qué?
Duke Manuel Godoy.
Tampoco, pero ¿cómo vamos a entrar ahí? Emily tampoco. Vamos a ir donde Lord Mortimer. ¿Esto qué es?
Monsieur Napoleon Bonaparte.
Tampoco. Ahí toca volver a repasar todo. Aquí es la de Jack de Perú, que ya entré y no me quiere hablar. Jack de Perú. Ahí está George Washington, que está callado al frente de ese cuadro. Está manipulado George Washington. Manipulado. Manipulado. En el estudio de Mortimer.
Louis, I was sure you would stay. I'm proud of you. You've made the right choice. It took great maturity to forgive your sister as you did.
She brought me up. I realized I owed her a lot.
We all make mistakes, as Sarah well knows.
Why didn't you tell me the truth about her?
I thought that might be too many truths to absorb at one time. I intended to tell you afterwards. You were in a hurry, so I made a decision. You've been able to understand and choose for yourself. How do you feel?
Señor Mortimer.
Hard to say.
Abrumado.
Confused about everything? I have to admit, it's been a lot to take in such a short amount of time.
What could be more normal? It may have been a bit brutal, but you've just grown up in a very short space of time. From now on, you can influence your own future. I will guide you. We've all the time we need.
You're not the first to make me that offer.
What do you mean by that?
Your brother, Sir Gregory.
Gregory. Why am I not even surprised? What did he say?
Not much. He bid me welcome to the family, that's all.
Louis, Gregory is my brother. Always has been. And he never goes anywhere to say or do not much. He must have told you that he's worried about me that he wants to be there for you, and that you ought to be wary of me.
Yes, something like that.
No, se preocupa por usted, no habló de su padre.
I've been given to understand that you have a difficult relationship with your father. Isn't that right?
Let's just say we don't see things the same way. I ended up finding out that there's a world outside the rules he has imposed on us.
Los seres humanos podrían pensar lo mismo de los demonios.
It seems you find yourself in the same position that you've placed men. You were told what to do, what to think, and you found it unbearable. Imagine if humanity finds out you secretly direct them. How do you think they'd react?
Your analogy is not without substance. But that's where it ends. Man's main flaw is his willingness to forget and to make the same errors time and again. He can't help it. He is mortal. I don't impose anything on anyone. I'm just following my own path.
But where does it lead?
I suppose I should explain. For centuries now, demons have emerged in and around great leaders all over the world. But like true tyrants, they have governed with an iron fist in a studded glove.
That's the impression I get.
But you see, people's discontent is increasing, and they are too high up to hear it. They take themselves for gods. Sooner or later, the people will turn against us, just as they have in the past. Each time it's happened, many of us have died. We must master the humans, yes, but gently. And the best way of doing that is by allowing them a free choice, Louis.
¿Es ese su proyecto?
So that's your project.
Of course, not entirely, no. It is easier to keep control over people who slumber than people who are oppressed. A man with nothing to lose is a dangerous man. Whereas, if you give him a roof, food, and entertainment, he will do whatever you want. The best way of getting them to achieve something is to make them think it was their idea. For that, they have to feel as if they are free.
Hang on. What do you mean?
Look at the United States. From the start, I introduced an idea that will change everything. The idea that everything is possible. Everyone can become someone. Is there anything more beautiful?
You mean it's not true?
Man can move mountains when he believes it is in his own interest. And what nobler cause is there than his own freedom?
Do you have any more examples?
Of course.
Hablemos de la esclavitud.
Talk to me about slavery.
Well, take the slave trade, for example. It's an archaic practice that simply has to stop. Today, black slaves of America work for free and in unbearable conditions. Tomorrow, if you free the blacks and offer them work along with a salary, they will bless you for it. Then, they will be integrated into the system. They will be taxable. Once they are free, they will have to work for a roof, pay taxes, and feed their families. Maybe we could take away the civil rights of prisoners, for example. In this way, we'll keep control of all those who respect the system and benefit from the others as workforce.
La emancipación de las mujeres.
And what would you propose for women?
They must be given the right to work and to vote. Look, at the moment, they don't work. They take care of raising children. What a mistake. We have to get them out of the house. Make them work. In this way, not only will they become consumers, but they will also delegate the job of education to the system. We could guide humanity from a young age, Louis, don't you see? Today, we are wasting too much time.
Hablemos de las religiones.
What obscurantism! By harping on this concept of good and evil, guilt and redemption, look where men are now, locked up in beliefs that should no longer exist. It's time for men to rediscover themselves and to take control of their lives, as they really are, without any moral judgment.
El progreso.
Tell me what you think about progress.
Progress is essential, Louis. It's the future.
What else?
Progress must liberate humanity from burdensome chores. Progress must replace man wherever his presence is not obligatory. It creates both the desire and the need. It will liberate women as soon as the machines are able to do all the chores in the home automatically. It will bring men together by bringing a faster means of locomotion. Look at the Cultural Revolution that printing brought about. But the most important of all has already been laid. The foundation stone. Freedom of speech. The First Amendment of the Constitution. There must be opponents to every project. So, above all, don't develop a one-track approach. Otherwise, man won't have enough room for expression to feel free. If man sees his chains, he will only want to break them. If we give men the feeling that they are free, I am convinced that they will exceed their limits. And it is only from that condition that humanity shall rise up.
But do you want to dominate or raise humanity higher?
I want it to advance. I want it to progress. Man is our vessel. If he progresses, then so do we. Wouldn't you like to know what we really are?
Who do you mean? Demons?
Yes, us. Our species. I've been searching for centuries, trying to find a way to explain the reason of our existence. But humanity has not yet evolved enough to make any progress on the subject. I am convinced that the sciences will bring that knowledge someday.
So, that's your objective, is it? To understand who we are. I see your point.
Our family clings to its privileges and to the past, and that's how they are putting us in danger. The time has come for change. Now that you know your true nature, there are still a few things I need to teach you.
What do you mean exactly?
A new skill, and not the least, Louis. It's about taking control of a person.
Es manejar el cuerpo de alguien.
I don't see how I could do that.
I shall help you the first time.
How do you do it?
It's an animal resonance. How it works is still a bit unclear even to us.
Like a wave or a sound?
That seems the most likely, yes. In my opinion, demons are capable of tuning their psychic frequency to that of others. That is why, for example, I tend to surround myself with deaf and dumb servants. The servants dressed in black. I infiltrated them. I opened a channel between them and me, and then I deprived them of speech and hearing. This way, no other demon can turn them against
Lo que yo les
me.
había dicho. Los de las máscaras negras no hablan ni se hacen los sordos.
Okay, let's not waste any more time.
I deduce that you're impatient to master what's in store for you. That is good. I thought I'd mix business with pleasure for this first time.
What do you mean by that?
The conference will come to a close shortly, as you know. Not that I'm fed up with archaic diplomacy, but it's time to ensure the success of this project. To make this happen, I would like Piaget to inform the Pope he has
You're
changed
going to
sides.
use your powers to alter the votes?
The real game is about to begin, Louis. Up till now, the guests have been sizing each other up. From now on, it's time for Gregory and myself to play, as well as you yourself. Now, here is my plan. I would like you to join His Eminence in his room.
Just play along. We'll see when the time comes. Very well. And then?
You're going to have to trust me. What we're going to do is painless for the human you are going to invade.
Invade?
Yes, you're going to enter his mind and take control. You're going to influence his actions and his psyche. Make him speak, then concentrate. You must focus on him in order to feel his thoughts. Then, while speaking, you must link with him. Once you're done, you will naturally find your way to the source and enter into his thoughts.
But what if I fail?
Trust in your instincts. You just have to let yourself go. You have the skill. Let your nature come to the fore. You'll see. If you fail, you'll be in for some light banter with His Eminence. That's all. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Very well.
Perfect. Go now. The Cardinal is in his room. You will have to write a letter to the Pope as if Piaget had written it himself. In this letter, tell the Pope that whatever happens during the conference, he must follow my propositions. But be careful. In order to protect himself from counterfeiters, the Pope had Piaget's hand tattooed with a symbol to be sure of his identity. You'll see when you're inside him. You'll understand. Once it's written up,
Eso suena muy
just
chistoso.
bring it back to me, and I'll send it off immediately.
All right, I'll take care of it.
Vamos a ver. Ah, pero necesito una cosa. Inventario. Ah, mire, la lanza de longino, clavo, notas de arquitecto, faltan 2 y eso. Pero voy a tratar de hacer algo diferente. Quiero ver qué hago al principio. Piagis. Giuseppe Piagis. El señor Giuseppe. El Piagis.
Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
A ver, primero. ¿Qué voy a ver qué hago también?
Ah, well, Louis, what brings you back to my chamber?
May I sit down?
Of course, Louis. Don't you feel good?
Yes, but if I'm gonna pass inside you, I'd better sit myself down first.
It's nothing, don't worry about it.
Well, what can I do for you?
Qué pervertido.
Right. Now I need to concentrate.
I wanted to speak to you, Your Eminence. I wanted to thank you for your help. I mean, for your time talking to me about the Holy Lands.
Oh, and did you find it? It's the crusade of a lifetime for some people, Louis. You are searching for another holy grail.
You're nearly there. Link into his thoughts.
Does it annoy you at all?
But what on earth is he trying to get at? Why do you ask, Louis? I don't follow.
For the glory, Your Eminence.
I can feel it coming. It's working.
What insolence! Why, really? I am a man of the church, Louis. May God keep me from such ambitions.
Right. Let me in, Your Eminence.
Why?
¿Cómo se?
I've done it. I've done it, damn it. He was right. This is just crazy. I can't believe it. Look at yourself, Louis. You better not get caught. Whoa. I still need to get used to this body. So, let's see about what Mortimer asked me.
Right. Well, it's time I got started. Let's see what I can find here to help me write that letter.
No.
I have no means to validate my forgery, so I better take my time with it and not make any mistakes. There are 2 letters from the Pope on the desk. I should be able to get a clue or 2 by checking how well they correspond to each other. And here are 3 stamps. All are different.
Leer las cartas del escritorio. Leer la primera. No utilice. Mi estimado Giuseppe, dado que mi salud no me permite aceptar la invitación de Sir Hom a la casa de Lord Mortimer, le agradecería que asistiera a la conferencia en mi lugar. Naturalmente deberá darles las gracias a nuestros anfitriones en mi nombre. Afíense en nuestros acuerdos con Sir Gregory y comuníquele que la operación relacionada con el cardenal obispo Sciaramonti sigue su curso. Confío plenamente en usted. Lo bendiga y lo proteja. Giovanni Angelo Bracci. Postdata, no utilice su sello personal. No utilice su sello personal. Utilice mi lema. El que tiene mi lema. El 31 de diciembre 32 de 1792. Listo, atrás. Leer la segunda carta. Mi estimado Giuseppe, sé que se encuentra de camino a la residencia de Lord Mortimer. Espero que tenga un buen viaje, aunque se vea obligado a cruzar la campiña francesa en un momento tan convulso. Debes saber que esta misión resulta crucial, amigo mío. Bendiga y lo proteja. Ese es Giovanni. Giovanni Angelo Briachi, que es el Papa. Es no sé qué Pío algo. Giovanni Angelo Briachi. Enero 17 del 93. Dejar las cartas. Elegir el contenido de la carta. Elegir un sello. Elegir el contenido de la carta. Elegir un sello para la carta. Escribir un código. Elegir el contenido. Elegir un sello. Me he dado cuenta de algo sobre el sello.
In one of the letters, the Pope asked Piaggi to change and to stop using his personal stamp. He asked him to use the one with the Pope's motto on it.
El lema del Papa es...
Must be in Latin. And I remember that. Flore in Domo Domini.
Flore in Domo Domini.
Must be in Latin. And I remember that. Flore in Domo Domini.
Domo Domini. Volver. Mirar. Sello de la derecha. Mirar inscripción.
Justicia, misericordia e humiltà. Boy, I think it's in Italian. Justice, mercy, and humility.
Volver. Mirarles. Volver. Mirar el sello del medio.
On it is written, Flore in Domo Domini.
Traducir.
Latin. It blooms in the house of God.
Volver. Mirar el de la derecha. Mirar el sello del medio. Mirar el de la derecha. Mirar el
Justicia, misericordia e humiltà. Boy, I gotta brush up my foreign languages.
El de la derecha. No, ya. Volver. El de la izquierda.
A circle with a cross inside. A circle with a cross inside.
Entonces es volver. Mirar el sello del medio es ese. Mirar la inscripción.
On it is written, Flore in Domo Domini.
Es ese. Volver. Utilizar este. Ese. Ahora escribe el código. Escribir un código secreto.
There's a kind of code composed of 6 letters that they always write under the dates of their correspondence. According to Mortimer, it's got something to do with Piaggi's tattoo. I guess I'll have to write one for today's date. Now, ideally, it'd be better to do without it, but I'm going to need to be extremely clever here. Today the date is 24/01/1793.
Pensar en lógica.
Today the date is 24/01/1793.
No. ¿Qué? No añadí el código.
In the letters from the Pope, there are 6 letters just below the date, 2 just below the month, 4 others below the year. Piaggi's tattoo. It must be used to establish a connection between the letter of the concentric circle and the numbers shown in the middle.
Piensa.
Some figures are the same in both codes, yet they correspond to different letters. The day is not translated. That must be the key to the code.
Volver.
Today the date is 24/01/1793. I could pretend that the code got erased during the voyage, as if the letter arrived in really bad condition. That would be perfectly understandable given that it's traveled across the seas, right?
Elegir el contenido de la carta.
Right. Let's start writing. Lord Mortimer asked me to discredit Sir Gregory and to announce Piaggi's final vote in his favor. As an introduction, Your Holiness, thank you for your trust.
Desacreditar a Mónica, desacreditar a ambos. Desacreditemos a los dos.
It even appears that Lord Mortimer and Sir Gregory both have access to obscure, superior forces to help them reach their ends. I think the Papal States, for the sake of their own preservation, ought to condemn this practice of conferences in the future.
Eso. Escribir contenido. Eso. Terminar la carta. Eso. Genial. Ahora vamos a ver qué pasa. Acceder al menú. Inventario. Carta. Una carta para el Papa, escrita y firmada por Canal Piaggi, revela información importante sobre la natural de Sir Juan y Lord. Eso.
Your Eminence, all ready to send... What's he doing here?
Damn it. That's all I need.
Don't worry, he can't hear us.
What do you mean he can't hear us? What's going on here, Piaggi? The old goat is going to drop us. It's a lousy turncoat. Well, he'd better not tell me he just fell asleep.
Decir que le has dado un calmante a Luis. Decir que has exorcizado a Luis. A ver, ¿qué le digo? Decirle que has dado un calmante.
Just calm down, calm down. Louis came to see me because he claimed he was hearing voices. We've just finished an exorcism session.
An exorcism? Are you having me on? I can't see any exorcism instruments.
That's because I've just put them away.
I don't know what you're up to, Pierre.
La embarré.
But I do know you're trying to pull one over on me.
I was about to fetch someone to take care of him. Would you care to go?
There he is. And there he stays. The perfect opportunity.
What do you mean?
It's been a while now that I've been hoping for a chance to get rid of him. Can you keep a secret?
¿Sabe guardar un secreto? Por supuesto.
Of course, my son. Would you like to tell me under the confidentiality of confession?
Ach, don't talk rubbish. I don't trust the little runt because he is Mortimer's son. Would you believe it?
How does he know?
Dear God, how is that possible? I am flabbergasted.
We've wasted enough time. What if he wakes up? If you don't want to get your hands dirty, just turn away and leave everything to me.
This is not a decision to be taken lightly.
You're defending him now.
What are you talking about? Of course not.
He's made you change sides, hasn't he?
I am certain that Sir Gregory would be opposed.
You know nothing. I know Sir Gregory better
That's against the rules of the conference, Monsieur von Wollner. I refuse to go against Sir Gregory.
Right.
Eso.
Monsieur
menos
von
mal.
Wollner, I always act
La vez
in the
pasada me
best
fue bien en
interest
todas
of
las
all.
fases. Esta
I
vez me
assure
equivoqué en
you,
la primera.
Everyone's entitled to an opinion.
You must have lost your mind to want to take such an extreme course of action.
No one's asking you to help me do it.
Se lo contaré a Jon.
If you lay a finger on him, I'll denounce you to Sir Gregory. I'm warning you.
You old weasel! Very well, Piaggi, you win.
I refuse to let you do the first thing that comes into your head.
I don't know what the two of you are up to, but I'll find out sooner or later.
Right. Time for me to get back into my body.
Necesito conseguir el elixir dorado y honey.
Right. Don't just stand there, Louis. Mortimer's waiting for you in the red salon.
No, no vaya tan rápido, demórese. Devolvámoslo. Tranquiliza abundablemente con los perros. Habitación de Richie. Pues vamos a mi habitación. Debe haber elixir dorado ahí. No. Elixir dorado. Pero ¿dónde puedo conseguir el elixir dorado? Carajo, queda acá.
Duke Manuel Godoy.
No. No. Eso. Ya.
Monsieur Napoléon Bonaparte.
Tampoco.
Monsieur Jacques Perru.
A ver si puedo encontrar más cosas aquí. ¿Todavía está ahí? ¿Qué está haciendo usted todavía ahí?
Dear Monsieur... All right. I've retrieved everything.
No, pero... ¿Dónde está con Mortimer en el comedor? Necesito más libros, cosas diferentes. Ay, ¿qué pasó? Mientras está Lord Mortimer por allá, vamos a ver qué... En el estudio, yo sé que toca ir al comedor para reunirme con Lord Mortimer, pero vamos a ver qué hay en el estudio mientras Lord Mortimer no está. Aprovechemos quién está por ahí y averiguamos cosas. No se puede abrir otra vez el estudio para conseguir nuevas, para ver cosas nuevas. No. ¡Waldo! ¡Waldo! Bueno, ahora sí vamos al comedor, pero... Bueno, vamos a escoger que no. El comedor. Comedor. Come el hedor. El hedor. Come el hedor. Acá puedo pasar por la Portrait Gallery y dar la vuelta. Pero y por ahí también averiguar cosas. Ver si hay elixir, si hay honey. Eso. La biblioteca que es enorme, mire eso. ¿Ah? ¿Cómo será de grande? ¿Cuántos libros habrá en esa biblioteca? Bueno, en esa pequeña biblioteca. Pequeña, no, es que pequeñita. Es muy pequeñita. Bueno, ahora sí, acá está el comedor. Hay otro libro. Objeto añadido al inventario. ¿Ciro qué? ¿Ciropedia? Ciropedia, Xenofón, siglo IV. Una biografía del rey persa Ciro II con la finalidad de educar a futuros soberanos. Punto de habilidad de persuasión. Ahí se trabó. Ah, no, ahí está.
So, Louis, what was your first time? Bewildering, isn't it?
Here's your letter. I have to admit that the experience was utterly amazing.
Come, tell me more.
Casi vomito, estoy deseando poder volver. He tenido que hacerlo 2 veces. Sin ninguna dificultad.
Everything went as planned. I didn't encounter any particular difficulties.
Well done, you. On my first try, well, it took me 3 goes. But you did it. Gregory, what can I do for you?
I've just come to make sure dear Louis has all the information he needs.
Needs for what?
You are free to make your own choices, William. I would like the same for him too.
There's nothing I want more, Gregory.
Your schemes will lead to your demise, brother. Don't involve Louis. He has nothing to do with all this. The end of the conference approaches, and this masquerade will soon be...
Voy a apoyar a Mortimer.
Don't drag him down with you in your disgrace.
Oh, ye of little faith.
On the contrary,
Yo soy monárquico, pero tengo que apoyar a Mortimer, creo.
Give him a chance to find his place.
His place?
¿Qué quiere decir?
What place is that?
At the end of a leash, like all the others.
Don't listen to him. He's angry with our father.
And with good reason. He governs us in the same way he governs humanity. Through fear and submission.
Same old tune. When will you understand that it's necessary to impose order for things to move forward properly?
You are under his thumb and proud of it. Open your eyes, for crying out loud. His whole system has become outdated and he's too old to see it. He will lead us to our demise.
Here he goes with
Vamos a ver qué pasa.
speeches.
Vamos a hacer todo lo
William has
contrario.
always been fond of
a lo que hicimos la vez
staging
pasada.
big scenes.
Vamos a ver.
It's his theatrical side.
Eso como mínimo. A William siempre le gustaba montar grandes.
Does he have an inferiority complex?
I've told him time and time again, Louis. He always has to take it one step too far.
How dare you? You are blind, brother. Even if the evidence bit you on the nose, you still wouldn't see it. I feel sorry for you.
Tea is drunk hot or not at all, William. When will you learn?
Ay, no. No. Ay, qué mal, hombre, no.
It's too bitter. You shouldn't let it brew so long.
I knew you'd be coming along. You are so predictable.
Methodical, I would say. Things must be accomplished in the right order if we want the world to keep turning as it does.
Parece un régimen totalitario.
When you speak of the right order, I can't help hearing your order.
Louis, Wouldn't you think that by now we've acquired a certain experience? Don't you think that we're the best place to know what the right order should be by now?
I mostly understand that even with the best of intentions, this kind of talk could well be misinterpreted. Every powerful man has had to speak in this way at some stage. That doesn't mean that they were right or that they achieved great things. Take the kings of France.
Les adelanté una
They
cosa.
weren't all good monarchs.
Lo que había en el té
You see, Louis,
era
Gregory
veneno
came
para...
here to make you change
Mortimer
your
envenenó
mind.
a
It's
Holm,
time for
a
things
Gregory.
to change. I acknowledge Father has done many good things for humanity, but his time is over, and now he must pass on the torch.
That's enough. There, Louis. That's the pathetic example your father has to offer. I really am sorry about what happened to you. You don't know our family yet. We can't have given you a very good impression, but bear in mind that we are all against William's project.
On the contrary,
If he insists on going through with it, we will have no other choice than to intervene by force. Consequently, my dear Louis, you're going to have to choose sides. I would much rather have met you in different circumstances.
there you are, Louis. See what happens when you don't follow their orders to the letter.
Louis, I'm afraid the time to decide is now.
Voy a escoger con Lord Mortimer y
If you
voy
follow
a
William,
ser humano.
he will drag you down with him. If, on the other hand, you support me, I can assure you that nothing will happen to you. You won't be blamed for your father's errors.
Ah, the
Yeah.
masks are off. I offer you liberty. He obliges you to choose, and shamelessly asks you to betray your own father. That is their true faith.
¿Qué hago?
Right. Before I answer, well, I'd better think it over very carefully. Do I intend to embrace my demon nature and take my place on the chessboard? Do I stay out of it and do my utmost to stop them? Or do I renounce my nature and do all I can to stay human?
Soy un hombre.
I was born a man. I grew up as such. Finding out that I'm a demon makes no difference. I refuse to let them manipulate humanity the way they do. They're gonna ask me to choose between them. I'll just have to go with the lesser evil of the two. But they better not count on me to keep my word. I'll bring them all down.
So, what do you choose, Louis?
¿Cómo hago? ¿Holm o Mortimer? La vez pasada me fui con Holm. Pero bueno. Mortimer.
I shall follow my father, Sir Gregory.
Very well. But don't say I didn't warn you.
Please, don't take offense, but I just can't turn my back on him.
That said, if he turns his back on me, I won't be slow in sticking a dagger between his shoulder blades.
It's time we finished what we started, brother. The final vote of the conference over the acquisition of Louisiana will take place in a few hours. I propose
Hice todo lo contrario a lo que hice en el anterior
prepare
juego.
to close the debate.
That's precisely what I was going to suggest.
La anterior vez yo
Come,
escogí
follow me.
ser demonio
It's time
y
for us
apoyar a
to get
Holm.
ready.
Esta vez voy a ser humano y apoyo a Mortimer, pero toca ver también porque los finales y todas esas cosas que pasan varían bastante. Vamos a ver qué pasa.
Do you really think we have a chance of winning?
A chance? You don't know me very well, Louis. We are going to win.
But it only takes one person to vote against us, and we'll have lost.
That's true. That's why none of them will. Why? Because I have an asset that they do not.
Which is...
You. My friends, prepare yourselves. The conference is about to resume. The time has come to lay down all our cards.
He falsificado una carta para el Papa, he elegido desacreditar a Lord Mortimer y a Sir Gregory, y en mi carta al Papa he aprendido a utilizar mi nuevo poder. Me he aliado temporalmente con Lord Mortimer para la continuación de la conferencia. he conseguido impedir que Wolverine me envenenara. He descubierto dónde puedo encontrar el Alasí. He encontrado a Lady Hillsborough en su habitación. He descubierto que Sir Horn le asignó una misión a Wormhole. ¡Uy, qué bien! Entonces acá terminamos la parte 3 del episodio 4, que se llama La Primera Vez, y en capítulo en el juego es el capítulo 13. Muy bien, entonces ahora nivel 15. Y para el nivel 16 me faltan solo 72 puntos de experiencia. Entonces, objetivos completados: 11.440 puntos, rasgos desbloqueados 238 puntos, rasgos del personaje revelados 171 puntos, vulnerabilidades aprovechadas 114 puntos y objetos encontrados 114 puntos. Vamos a ver qué podemos hacer acá. Vamos a ver. Un punto de agilidad. Un punto de psicología. Eso. Ya, muy bien. ¿Cuántos libros vamos a equipar? Leyendo datos guardados. Se terminó el episodio 4. Y no vamos a omitir, perdón, no usamos camarita. Porque ahí está oscuro y no se ve mi rostro, entonces no se usó la camarita. Recuerden que no hay que omitir. Terminar que salgan todos los créditos. Ya terminamos. El episodio 1 sería Punta de Lanza. El episodio 4. Este episodio 4 constó de Punta de Lanza. El episodio 4 se llama Burning Bridges. Parte 1, Punta de Lanza. Parte 2, Despedida. Y parte 3, La Primera Vez. Terminamos ya el episodio 4 y viene el episodio 5. El próximo episodio, que es el episodio 5, es el final ya. Vamos a ver qué pasa. Esperemos que no sea el mismo final de la vez pasada, que hay que cambiar todas las situaciones. Porque hemos escogido, queremos volver con nuestra madre Sara Richet a Francia o a Inglaterra. Bueno, no sé qué es lo que vamos a ir a hacer. Si nos vamos a ir a Francia o nos vamos a vivir a Inglaterra. ¿Dónde está viendo ahora Sara? ¿Dónde está viendo mi mamá? Pues Sara Richet es nuestra madre en el juego. ¿Dónde está Emily ahora? ¿Qué va a pasar con Gregory Hahn? ¿Qué va a pasar con Lord Mortimer? ¿Qué va a pasar con Jack de Perú? ¿Qué va a pasar con Bonaparte, Washington, Godoy? Todo eso, ¿qué va a suceder? ¿Qué sucederá? ¿Qué va a suceder? ¿Qué acontecerá? Pasará lo que pasa les voy a adelantar una partecita que ojalá no pase en el episodio 5. En un momento toca organizar unos personajes y hacer una cosa así. No sé. Bueno, les vamos a decir que hoy es domingo 11 de octubre del 2020. Eso. Son las 9:18 de la noche. Entonces aquí seguimos. Les vamos a dar una enseñanza pequeña. Cuando uno es muy buena gente, es mejor que no se aprovechen de la buena gente, porque las personas que somos buenas, si se aprovechan de nosotros de mala manera, llega un punto en que no perdonamos las fallas de las personas. Entonces, ténganlo en cuenta. Cántense unos villancicos bien importantes. Cántense unos villancicos de Santa Claus. Bueno, aquí viene otra vez el recuento de las misiones. Recuerden que en el episodio 1 está el prólogo que se llama The Mad Ones, que es en el litoral de Inglaterra, paseo nocturno, vino y cañones y Gorgona. Luego en el episodio 2, que es Hide and Seek, creo, está ¿Dónde está mi madre? La pesadilla del laberinto. Luego en el episodio 3, espérense, yo leo. El episodio 3, ¿cómo se llama? El episodio 3 se llama Ripples. Es el cónclave, cara a cara y prueba de fe. Luego el episodio 4 es Burning Bridges. Es punta de lanza, despedida y la primera vez. Y en el episodio 5 nos toca ver cómo se llama el episodio. Y el episodio 5, el primer capítulo del episodio 5. Bueno, el primer capítulo no. La primera parte es el roto final. O el voto. Es que el roto final. El voto final. Exactamente.